All right, let's talk about the real architecture of consistency. What actually helps you achieve your goals long term? We're going to challenge a pretty popular idea today and ask a big question. What's really more important? That sudden flash of motivation or something, a lot more dependable?
I mean, have you ever started something super strong only to just fade out? I know I have. You get this brilliant idea, right? You start a new gym routine or you commit to learning a new language. The first few days, they feel amazing. And then, poof, nothing. The momentum just vanishes. So what's the deal? Why does that initial fire burn out so fast? For years, we've been told the key is just motivation. Just find your motivation, right? Get inspired. But if that's the whole story, why do so many of us still struggle to stay consistent? We're going to dig into the idea that maybe, just maybe, we've been relying on the wrong tool this whole time.
Okay, so let's start with the one we all know, the one we're always chasing, motivation. A good way to think about it is like a spark, the thing that lights the fire. It's totally essential, but what is it actually for?
So here's what motivation does best. It is a fantastic starter. It's that jolt of energy, that powerful feeling of, yes, I can do this, that gets you off the couch and out the door. It's basically the emotional rocket fuel you need for day one.
But, and this is a big but, here's the catch with that spark. By its very nature, it's temporary. It's fleeting. It fluctuates with your mood, your energy levels, heck, even what you had for breakfast. Motivation is an amazing sprinter, but it was just never built to be a marathon runner.
And that, right there, is the heart of the problem. Sparks just don't last. You can't schedule inspiration, right? You can't force yourself to feel motivated at 6 a.m. on a cold, rainy Tuesday. So what do you do when that feeling fades? Does all your progress just stop? Well, not if you have something else.
Okay, so if motivation is the spark, then what's the antigen? Well, that's where discipline comes in. This is the heavy-duty system that takes over long after that initial excitement is gone.
And this is a really fundamental shift in how you think about things. Discipline is all about separating your actions from your feelings. It's not about waiting until you're in the mood. No, it's about building a system, a habit that works regardless of your mood, kind of like putting your progress on autopilot.
Yeah, you can think of the engine of discipline as your all-weather vehicle. It works even when you don't feel like it. It just shows up, whether you're tired or bored or totally uninspired. This is the power that turns a single action into a solid routine, and that is the secret sauce for making real progress on those big, difficult, long-term goals.
All right, so we've got the spark and we've got the engine. Let's put them head to head. Let's really see how they stack up against each other. This table just lays it all out so clearly. Let's take a look. The basis for motivation, emotion, and mood. For discipline, systems, and habits. Duration. Motivation is temporary, discipline is long-term. And reliability? Well, motivation fluctuates, while discipline is consistent. But this last row, this is the real kicker. Motivation is great for starting a task, but discipline, that's what you need for finishing a goal. Motivation is the starting gun, discipline is what carries you across that finish line.
Okay, so what's the path to consistency then? Knowing all this, how do we actually apply it and start building this stuff in our own lives?
Man, this quote really says it all, doesn't it? Motivation may get you started, but discipline is what keeps you going and delivers results consistently. It just perfectly captures how these two things work. It's not about one versus the other, it's about understanding the role each one plays.
So here's the takeaway. The big idea is to use motivation spark to build the engine of discipline. The next time you feel that awesome surge of motivation, don't just ride the wave. Use that energy. Use it to build a system, to create a routine, to lay the groundwork for a habit that will keep going long after that initial feeling is gone. You're using the spark to fire up the engine.
And really, that leaves us with one final, very important question. It's not about waiting to feel motivated, it's about taking action. So what system will you build today? What's one small, simple, repeatable thing you can do to start building that engine that's going to take you exactly where you want to go?